We're now going to make a card, and we're going to use the Edge of Lace album again, but this time I'm going to make it into a card rather than an album. So you'll see I've cut it out twice, and you can see it's got the score lines on there. You don't need to worry too much about folding on those score lines too much while we're making it, but there we have those. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to put some tape on the back of here, just on that spine element, and I'm going to pop these two together back to back rather than forming that sort of gusset. So we can pop that, let me show you just there, and that's going to go that way. So we're gluing them flat together. Can you see? So we've now got our card base. So it's just a different card base with a nice big spine. So all I'm going to do is I've cut a piece of card. Again, this is from the card kit. I've literally just put that tape on and I've forgotten. And I put a piece of tape on there, and that's going to just fit down the spine beautifully. Now to mirror that, I've got a piece of card to go on the card base, so we can pop that on there. Now these over the edge flowers are absolutely gorgeous, and this time we're going to use the magnolia, which is beautiful. I do love a magnolia. It's just a shame they last for about 3 days, don't they, and then they're gone. So we've got this lovely pink. Then I'm going to do the white, and I'm just putting these on nice and flat. Now these have been cut using, let me show you, the rounded rectangle foundation dies. So can you see, it just gives a nice effect. So you can just pop that on there. So these just have that lovely rounded corner on them. So it just gives such a pretty look. And then onto there, put it the right way up. Yep, that's right, we're looking at the text. Again, some paper from the paper kit, or whatever it's called. So it's, you know, the pack of all of the card beautiful backgrounds, and that's going to go on there. But can you see how if you use the card kit and the paper designs, the colours match perfectly. Now in the other book we use the lace trimmings, and I've used the lace trimmings again, and I'm going to pop that onto there. So I've trimmed this piece down really, really slim. I could actually have it, should we do it that shape? I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to have it that shape. There we go, look at that. Really pretty. It is just like the most delicate piece of lace, and all I'm doing is just one little snip on each of those, and it's coming out of the cardstock. Look at that, little snip there, little snip there. I think I like that even more. Isn't that so pretty? So now you can have lace that completely matches the project you're doing. Now I've cut this in white, but I could have cut this out in the perfect colour match to match my project, couldn't I? So, you know, you never are going to be rooting around for a piece of lace or a little piece of lace that matches. You know you're always going to have the perfect fit. So we can pop that on to the card just there. There we go. So that goes on like that. Now the next bit I've got the next size down well, no, I've missed one out. So I've got consecutive sizes, then I've missed one out. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my magnolia over the edge die. Oops, excuse that noise, wake us all up. And I'm going to cut this into this cardstock. So let me bring in my plate, and I'm going to pop this on here. So I've got a cut line running all the way through. So I'm going to pop that top and bottom. Now I want this bit to be in the cardstock. Don't worry about this if it comes off the edge, because we can change that later. There we go. So we can pop that like that. And then I'm going to take that down because I don't want that to move. Now remember, this side cuts the detail, the shape, and this cuts the detail into the card. So it's going to look really, really pretty, just running over the edge. Now I've done exactly the same with the charisma. And what I want to do now is I want to cut, while that's cut in, I want to cut the charisma out. So I can cut that there. There you go, can you see, over the edge. So that's what we're cutting now out of white card. But what I want is I just want this piece here. So I'm going to run my scissors up the edge. And again, it's one of those where I don't have to do too much cutting, because most of it's going to pop out. And then I can pop this out of the Charisma. So what it's designed is you can use the whole of this image or this backing paper on your project, but I don't want to. I want quite a lot of white on this card. I like to, sometimes I do like to embrace the white. There we go, pop that out, and that's going to go on there. So can you see how that's cut that beautiful design out? Let's have a look at this, what we've got here now. Look at this, isn't this gorgeous? So this just needs a little snip at the top so that that comes away. And look at that for a beautiful over the edge detail. So, so pretty. And what we can then do, don't worry, this one's come, we haven't got it all, because when we then pop that on top, it'll fill it back in. So let's just do that. I'm going to actually make it easier by putting my glue on here. There we go. We can put all the glue that we need right to the edges, all the way down, a little bit down that spine. So just different ways to use your die so it looks really, really pretty. And then we can pop this onto there, just on like that. Now I just need to make sure that this bit, maybe I didn't put any glue on there, did I not get it with any glue? We can pop that on there, and that's going to go on there. There we go. Now that, oh, got a little bit sticky. I just need a little bit of foam tape because I couldn't put the foam tape on before. Let's grab a piece of foam, and then we're going to raise this up off the cut. Oh, I just need to trim that edge as well, don't I, with the Charisma. So we can pop that piece on there, that just there. We can't run it straight up, otherwise it will go straight up or it will go over that hole. And then, look at that, it's moved. Let's just make sure that goes back onto there where we need it. There we go. Make sure that catches, there we are. And then we can put a little bit of foam tape behind each of these flowers so that they don't sag. That's a bit too big. Just behind there, and is that one going to fit? I just need to trim a little bit more off there. Oops, flying tape, pop that on there, and then we can just trim some really little ones. Now if you wanted to, obviously you could have used your glue gel, would have worked quite well on here as well, but I started with this and I don't know, just didn't think to put glue gel on. Actually, I'm going to put one more piece just there. There, perfect. So where's my card gone? Oh, it's under the paper. So we've got this here. Looks really pretty, but look at that once you put that on. So we just need to trim to there. And that, let's take the backing off this foam tape. And then you can actually see it in all its glory. We can pop this all the way off, all the way, getting, oops, all these pieces off to here. This is so pretty. I can see this being, I've just put with love on here, so you could, again, it could be an anniversary, it could be a birthday, it could be a get well, or it could just be, I haven't seen you for a long time, I'm sending a card because I'm thinking about you. It's entirely up to you. But how about that by using those gorgeous over the edge dies? And this is a little bit different for a card base because we've got that lovely big spine, but we've still got plenty of room in there if you want to put your sentiment.